Welcome to the wild life of me and my not-so-friendly wife. She knows that beneath her wife's occasional grumpiness lies a heart as soft as a toasted marshmallow. Their family life is like a big reunion party. Happiness keeps rolling in. Kathy gazes lovingly at her husband, torn between love and frustration, wishing time could freeze at this moment, just like a joyful reunion with old friends. This party is such a blast. Kathy is having a great time, but during her speech, she mentioned her rare happiness. However, Paul's face suddenly turned as red as a boiled lobster. They've known each other for over 20 years, but Kathy's true happiness is their carefree college time, like sugar-free gummy bears. After the party ended, the newly warmed relationship took a nosedive like an ice bucket challenge. I thought this was our dream home, but I guess I was just dreaming. Paul, wielding a fork like a magician, pops the balloons on the table, but Kathy just sits silently by. When life started to count down, Kathy realized time needed management and began teaching Adam how to drive. Just then, Paul passes by on his e-scooter, seemingly distributing flies, but actually telling his wife he's off to an interview. Kathy truly feels happy for Paul, but nervously asks, "Need me to tag along for your interview?" But stubborn Paul still chose to refuse him. Paul drinks up a storm at the restaurant, but can't reach Kathy, so he enlists and trained Adam to drive. Soon, disaster strikes, and Kathy bolts to the hospital, resulting in yet another explosive argument with Paul. Though Paul feels guilty about the accident, the strain in their relationship weighs heavier on him. Seeing her son lying in the hospital bed, Kathy's heart is shattered, and she can't help but start to doubt whether concealing the illness was too heavy a burden to bear. Subtitles. So she gathers up her courage to go find Paul. Life's difficulties always necessitate seeking comfort, and Kathy is no exception either. The next day, Kathy goes to church, willing to believe the preacher's kindness for the first time. Seeing strangers bravely sharing their secrets, Kathy feels deeply moved. She stands up and spells out all the lies, the pain, and the struggles she had kept inside. After sharing, Kathy feels an unprecedented sense of relief and joy, like the calm after a storm. It's like the switch of her suppressed emotions got flipped and a refreshing breeze swept in. This experience made Kathy determined to stop hiding her illness. It was truly a cleansing of the soul. She found Paul, and despite his sarcastic attitude, smiled and said, "I love you. I love you, I love you, I love you. You know it, in diagnosed with cancer." Paul's smile instantly froze solid, as if the whole world had just shuddered. The next day, Paul, unable to sleep, his eyes filled with fear and determination, was ready to shave his head. Luckily, Kathy hurriedly explained that she wasn't undergoing chemo, which calmed him down a little. But then, in Paul's heart, it was as if an ink factory had opened up, with unspoken care turning into accusations. "Now you know I've been in the dark, and you've been wearing me down for 3 months. Paul chats casually with Tony about cancer treatments, but inside, he's quietly weeping. Until his son arrived, he suddenly switched gears and put on a smile. Listening to his son complain about his wife, Paul furrowed his brow, a mix of emotions swelling inside. Ever since being honest, Paul has turned into a totally different person. He hopes to rekindle Kathy's hope for life through the beautiful images he paints. Seeing her son grinning at his phone, Kathy realizes he's in love, which is like a dream come true. Unfortunately, she might miss that wedding. Kathy recorded a heartfelt message for her future daughter-in-law. Don't crush his dreams. Before she finished, Adam rushed back, taking the phone with a confused expression. Subtitles. He was completely oblivious to the tears that were trickling down from the corners of his mother's eyes, much like a tiger catching sight of a tiny, helpless squirrel. That night, when Kathy was about to turn off the lights, Maureen was peering around in the bushes. Finding Maureen now much shorter, Kathy felt a pang in her heart. "Who are you, and why are you so sweet?" Turns out, the usually comforting old lady has her own unspeakable secrets. Deep down inside, Kathy felt truly grateful to have met her. Yet she didn't even realize how shattered she truly was. She hopes the maze of memories could give this poor old lady more moments of clarity. However, fate had other plans. Maureen's health continued to decline, and she suddenly aimed her wariness at Adam, who was working